Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your best girl, Becky Bex. On today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to make Mosa, that is plantain puff. So if you're new to my channel, please do not forget to subscribe, turn on your notification bell, like, and please comment on the comment section. So now for this recipe, we'll be needing a bowl, we'll be needing our yeast, a matcha, a nutmeg, sugar, salt, ripe plantain. This is like the most essential ingredient for this recipe. Then we'll be needing our measuring spoons. Very important when you're making puff puff. Like, you need your measurement spoon so you do not make mistake in any way. So we're using this for measurements. Make sure as a baker, as a pastry maker, you have this always available. They also need an extra bowl for our plantain mixture. So first things first, we have to mix our plantain. We have to make our plantain first. So you wash it first. I like washing my plantain before tossing it, just to remove every germ on it. I don't know how people cook without water. Like, I cannot cook without washing my hands like 52 times. I don't know if it's just a habit, or I don't know. I just don't want any dirt touching my hand in any way or any form. If you're like me, please say it in the comment section. So we're going to start with this. Now, if you can see, you see that this plantain is very soft, so that blending will be easy. So if you do not have this, you can use a fork. You can use a fork in doing this. So this is how we do it. Now in this mixture is where you will add your fresh pepper and onions if you want to add it. Well, me, I'm not going to add that because I do not like it. For people that like fresh pepper and like onions, you can add it. If I would even want to add, I would like to blend my fresh pepper and onions, but no way, there's no light now, so I will just do this. Now if you don't have access to this, you can just use a fork or use your blender. It works perfectly, but blender blends it perfectly. But since I do not have access to electricity for now, I'll be using this, and it's even turning out well. But I just like blender because it blends it perfectly. So if you have that, it's good. So this consistency is okay. This is what I'll be using. So next up, we'll go over to making our dry ingredients. Our dry ingredient consists of, let me do away with this. Consists of flour, yeast, sugar, salt, and nutmeg. That's what our dry ingredients consist of. So for this recipe, I'm using 1 cup of flour for this recipe. So this is my already sieved flour. Make sure your measurement is like this, not over. I always say this in all my videos. Yay, there's light. I always say this on my videos. Make sure you don't fill your flour like this. This isn't 1 cup. This is 1.5 cup. So make sure it's like this. This is 1 cup. So I'll be using 1 cup for this recipe. And make sure you sieve your flour, because there might be a lot of things inside you would not want to have in your mixture. So next off, I'll be using this spoon. Now this is 1 tablespoon. So I'll be using 3 tablespoons of sugar for this recipe. So this is considered 1 tablespoon. This is 2, and then 3. One, and 2, and that's all. This is my yeast. I just got this one. I just got this one recently. So for this, I'll be using ½ tablespoon. So I'll be needing like 2 of this. 1 and 2, and that's it for yeast. So next, I'll be using nutmeg. So I'll be using nutmeg for this. No, I'll be using this spoon. Just 1 of this for. Actually measured. Okay, let's do it this way. Not up to 1, half. You can see, just half of this. I do not want it. I don't want the taste to be everywhere, being that this is just 1 cup of flour. So that's all for this recipe. So we're done with the dry ingredients. We'll mix evenly before adding the wet ingredients in it. So for this recipe, we're using 1 cup of flour for one what would I call it? This stick, finger of plantain. So when you're done mixing this, now like I said in my previous like I said earlier, you can use onion or pepper for this recipe, but I wouldn't be using that because I don't want to. So after that, so next is our lukewarm water. You can see I can dip my hand in it. It's a bit hot, but oh, okay, this is fine. Not so hot and not so cold, so this is okay. Like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I can't take it again, so that's okay. So it's not the one you put your hand and you're already flying. So this is okay, lukewarm, a bit above lukewarm, just something hot but not so hot, something you can dip your hand and at least keep it for like till you count to 7. That's okay. So we're going to do this. So for this mixture, you just add little by little and stir. Now you have to be careful with this one. If you know how to make puff, the water for this one will be different because of the plantain. So I'll just add a little first. So as it has gotten to this point now, I'll just put the plantain first, so we don't make mistake on the thickness or the consistency. So this is fine, and then we stir again. Now I actually want this mosa to be filled with plantain. I want it to be filled with plantain. You see what I'm saying? If I had added more water now, it would have become somehow. So you see? So now this is like the right consistency. This is just the perfect consistency for this recipe. I don't know if you can see this. It's not too thick and it's not watery as well. Remember, we're not making pancakes, so you have to be careful. You have to be careful with it. So that's this is what we need. So we're going to allow it to sit for like 30 minutes. But there's another method. If you want it to stay for like 10 minutes, you can just use hot water, let it sit on hot water, wrap it with nylon bag and let it sit on hot water. Put the water in a bigger bowl and let it sit for, not directly on the water, or just close to it, or just close to it, not directly on the water. That can just stay 10 minutes and it will poof and it will rise. So but I would want to keep it for like 30 minutes before I fry. So see you guys while we wait. If you have a cling film, you can use this. If you don't have a cling film, you can use your nylon bags for it, but I'm using my cling film. So I'm going to let this sit for 30 minutes, then come back to the video. So as you can see, it has stayed for 30 minutes, and let me show you guys what the outcome is. So you see it has risen a bit has poofed. So it's time to fry. How do you know if it's okay to fry? You see that it has increased from how it was before. It has increased. So if you bend it, you'll be seeing balloons coming out of it. That'll be foam. You know that it has poofed. So you can fry it now. But if you don't see those stuff, you can as well keep it for an hour. But because I just want to keep it for this period of time to fry it, I can't wait to eat it. Can you hear this way?
Now, to be sure your oil is hot and ready to fry, immediately you drop your butter in it, you see that it immediately pops out. If it doesn't pop up, just heat the oil again till it becomes very hot, so your puff doesn't soak oil. So these are my methods of cutting or pouring in my batter. So I either prepare this way or the other way I showed earlier. So do whichever one is comfortable for you, but for me this is like the most comfy. So do what you like, do what is easy for you, as long as it comes out well, that's fine.
So this is the end result. See how beautiful it's looking already. I love Mosa. I love plantain puff. It is very sweet, most especially if you're the type that love ripe plantain, then trust me, you will love this one. If you love puff and you love ripe plantain, then this recipe is for you. So we're done. Just transfer into a sieve so the oil drains, or you can even put it on a serviette to remove more oil. But this one I did not put it, but it is okay to put on a serviette for more drainage. So it's either you serve hot or you serve cold. Personally, I like it hot, so I served hot, and trust me guys, this is yummy. This was yummy rather. It was so sweet. So please not forget to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe and click the thumbs up, click the like button, comment, so that YouTube will push out this content. Thank you guys so much. See you in my next video.